Let me find it here. Look at this. This is why I'm sticking up for men. On Piers Morgan, I just did it, and I said the Me Too era is dangerous and that people shouldn't be able to accuse men without evidence. And he said, oh, you believe in rape? I don't believe in rape. I think should get the death penalty. I just don't believe in attacking men for no reason without evidence and destroying their lives. Look at this. A group of girls said a male classmate sexually assaulted them. He was escorted from school in shackles, charged with crimes, spent an entire summer indoors with an ankle monitor. Finally, the girls admitted they made it up because they didn't fucking like him. And I admit, that is absolutely criminal. That is absolutely insane that girls sat there, made up a story about a man and ruined his life. And you know what the worst thing about it is? You know what the worst thing is? I've never done that to anybody. I've never done anything like that to anybody. But guess what? These girls here, their names, you can see their names there. Guess what? They have Instagram. They sat there, lied about a man, destroyed his life, admit they made it up, literally put a guy he could have committed, stuck in his house, worried about being accused of something he didn't do, and they all have Instagram. And they've deleted my Instagram saying I'm dangerous. Absolutely criminal.
I ain't really interested. I need somebody who can really, who can really.
Women deserve to get cheated on. And before y'all get mad, hear me out. They deserve to be happy. They should want whatever they want, and nobody should question them. I agree with that 100%. So when she looking for a man that ain't gonna respond, she deserved that. When he actually keep that same energy throughout the relationship, she deserved that. When he get her pregnant and disappear, she deserved that. Because this is what she wanted. And what y'all do is when y'all finally fed up, y'all make y'all way to the internet and start blaming men for y'all choices. Y'all want the good man to hold these other men that y'all chose over them accountable. That shit don't work like that. Y'all mad as hell because of y'all own choices and y'all don't want to take accountability. That shit don't make no sense.
Isn't it crazy how the most viral content on Twitch basically always revolves around a hot girl? Like a guy meets up with a hot girl IRL, he goes on a date with her, he goes on e-dates, 20 guys compete for one girl. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, you gotta stop living vicariously through these streamers. I mean, look, I don't really care if you like Aiden Ross, that's your own prerogative. But the fact that 100,000 people will sit there live, take the time right then and there out of their day to watch him spit game to a girl, and then millions and millions more people will go and watch that online is absolutely crazy. And look, I understand why you do it. You try to see yourself in him. When he spits game and delivers a smooth line, you get hyped. When the girl stands up and shows her outfit of the day, you get excited. But what happens when the stream ends? He gets to go sit in his mansion with these girls and have fun and live his life, while you sit there in your bed, alone.
Well, men prefers youth. So that's why I tell a lot of my friends, go older. From all the graphs I've seen, a 10 years age gap is recommended.
I gave this woman's account a follow. She's some sort of engineer, pretty interesting stuff, some data mining. What she's saying about women and older men, though, conforms to what we know of historical norms for thousands of years. Women tend to mate with older men. She says optimal is about a 10-year gap from what I've seen in life in general. I think that's pretty spot on. Women, if you're 25, don't push that party phase into your late 20s and wake up one day and wonder where all the good men went. Lock that older guy down now. If you're in your 30s and single, I hear a lot on TikTok, you 30-somethings complain about where all the good men went. You're looking at the men in your age range, and the good men are probably married to that 25-year-old, to be honest. So look to the guys in their 40s. They're not much different than the guys in their 30s, except that little older, little wiser, probably a divorce under their belt and a couple of kids, but if they have their act together, it'll work. Women in your 40s and 50s, the 10-year gap still works. Assuming you're picking someone that is attractive and fit relative to yourself, a 55-year-old woman has just hit a certain point in life, and a fit and otherwise attractive 65-year-old man will fit just right.
Men are basically doing is taking their ball and going home. And they're doing that by removing themselves from the gene pool, basically, if you want to look at it technically. I'm not going to procreate anymore with anyone. I'm going to remove the chances of me ever making more of me, is basically what these guys are saying. To which what is sad is the society is basically saying, we don't really care. Go do what you want to do, dude. I don't see the big deal. I think that hurts men quite a bit, to basically pull themselves out of society, and society just yawns. Oh well, we got other guys. There's the whole men are disposable thing, which is troubling. And we as men are measured a great deal on what we produce and what we provide and what we create. And when you remove yourself from the game, I'm sorry to say there's about 10 other dudes ready to take your place.
We talk about the man that got out of a toxic relationship years ago. He probably decided to remain single rather than risk his sanity again. Now it's been so long that he no longer actively seeks a relationship anymore. And it's not that he has sworn them off. It's just he has no reason to chase something when he's already found his peace.
You know what? Let me say it softer so that the women can digest it. What I'm about to say started a huge argument yesterday on TikTok. If a man has to send you cash money to keep you interested, you don't really like him. Men, if you gotta send her money, cash money, I'm not talking about buying her a gift, paying for dates, none of that. If you gotta send that woman money to keep her interested, she don't like you. That's why I said you shouldn't do it. All right? Get y'all panties out of bunch. Some men just like to spend money on women. Some suckers. Women all in that comment section talking about, there's some guys I've never met, and they've been sending me money for years. You're not in the rich man crowd. You'll never understand. I don't know if y'all dumb or y'all dumb.
Let me see if I can solve this whole dilemma in 55 seconds before my pre-workout wears off. There are plenty of men and women that want a relationship. The fact is, you're going to find a bunch of men that want to be with you while you don't want to be with them, and vice versa. Until you find a man that wants to be with you as much as you want to be with him, then you guys are going to start a relationship. You're going to be happy for the first 6 months, and then you're going to secretly hate each other. Someone's going to cheat, or you're going to get married. Then you're going to get divorced because it's like, oh, you're responsible for my happiness. And it's like, I'm not responsible for nothing. I just married you because I love you. And it's like, well, I'm not happy. Divorce happens. Takes you a year and a half to get over it. And then you just repeat the process. Once you get over it, you just find more people that don't want to be with you while you want to be with them. And until you find someone that doesn't want to be with you while you want to be with them, then you see it through till death. Or it just repeats itself again. Another heartbreak, another marriage, flushing it down the fucking drain until you're fucking old, and then you figure out like, okay, well, I'm fucking old, my golden years are behind me, I don't want to be alone anymore. And then you find someone else who agrees in the fact that they don't want to be alone anymore, so you settle. You settle for the fact that you're going to have an average life with average kids, an average house, an average income, and then you just secretly hate each other for the rest of your guys' life until you die. Damn, that was pretty dark. Good luck with that shit.
Wanted another home-cooked meal. So I went and picked up another Dominicana. Took us to the grocery store. Introduced her to my stove. Fasten in my mouthpause. Why put up with American women when I can live like this instead?
Why can men have a high body count when women can't? Women are shamed for being sexual and men are praised. Well, let me share some advice to you that my mother shared with me when I was very young, and I still teach it to this very day. Life isn't fair. Now, sometimes there are things that you can do to try to make life fair, and I agree. You know, like it wasn't fair to the slaves that they were slaves, so, you know, you pass legislation to make slavery illegal just to make an example. And I'm not comparing slavery and body count, it's an analogy. But there are plenty of things that women can do that I think isn't fair as a man. I think it's unfair that generally women can just be attractive and then get with a rich man and then have their life taken care of. And then all they have to do is raise a family and their entire life is taken care of and they never have to go to work. I don't think that's fair, but who cares? There are certain advantages to being a man versus being a woman. There are certain advantages to everything. And you can sit here and you can discuss on what is and isn't fair, and maybe even if it is right or wrong. But sometimes the conversation just falls flat. If you know the rules, just play by them, honestly. Or at the very least, find a partner who doesn't care.